What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I am going to attempt to wrap my steering wheel. As you can see, it is messed up, cracking from UV exposure, and it's got a few scratches and blemishes. So there have been a few videos online about how to do this. The kit that I bought is from Auto Interior Technic, and they give you pretty much everything in the kit to do the job. With this little, looks like a putty knife, but it's to put the fabric beneath the plastic. Comes with scissors, your whatever fabric you want. I opted for the red, just to match my interior and the exterior portion of my car. And you get your double-sided tape as well as the actual product. I'm gonna open it up here in a second and show you, but basically what you get is this guy right here. And it's a pretty good material. I was hoping it somewhat matched what I have already in the car. It's not a you know, identical. As you can see, my boot is a little bit darker than the actual steering wheel wrap, but I'm hoping that it doesn't, you know, matter that much. This I got for like 80 bucks online, and I was hoping that it would look good. If it didn't, I'll go ahead and buy a steering wheel, but I was trying to save some money there, because this is my daily, and yeah, I want to put the rest of the money into the S2000. So here we go in an attempt to make this steering wheel somewhat nice and usable again. So the first thing I did was I just mocked up to see if this was, you know, if it was the right overlay, and it is. It fits pretty snug on there. So what I'm gonna do next is take this off, clean the surface with the I'm using Chemical Guys interior cleaner. You know, you can use pretty much any interior cleaner, just wipe it down. And I'm gonna cut these and place them along the backside of the steering wheel. And what this does is it'll just hold the steering wheel in place while we are stitching. And that's what I'm going to do next. Okay, so I got the adhesive on, so I'm going to remove the little yellow paper off, and to expose the double side portion. And I'm going to remove that off all of them, and then lay the overlay on it and line it up. So that's what I'm doing next. Okay, once you have the overlay on, I'm gonna measure out the yarn or whatever. And how you do so is, let's see that. You basically measure out how much you're gonna use, and I'm gonna times that by 4 just to be safe. And that's what you're going to use. It comes with instructions, so the instructions it comes with tells you how to make a knot. I don't have any experience with doing crap like this. If I can do it, anybody else can. Just follow the instructions. You're going to tie the knot when you first start, and I'm going to make my knot here on the first end, and I'm going to start from this point to this point, and I'm gonna make this as tight as possible. So I'm gonna go in between each one of these points that they made. So you're gonna go in between here and go across. Gonna go across, back and forth all the way up to here. And when I get to this point, then I'll show you what to do next. All right, so what I did was I put a knot at the end of my my string right here, and you're gonna put it through the first part. And I burned the tip just to make sure that it, you know, that it doesn't come through. So I'm gonna pop this through, hold this. All right. And just like that. So that's my starting point. And then you're gonna work your way from this side to that side all the way down. And that's how you start it. All right, so when you get to the end over here, basically what I did was I tied a knot, and then I'm gonna make a little kink. And what you do is, the easiest way to do this, since this yarn is thick, is to cut, or basically just scrunch this up to make a little ball and use a lighter, and you're gonna burn it, and it's gonna make it like solid, so it won't be able to go back. So I tied the knot just to be sure, and then I'm gonna crinkle it up and then burn it, and I'll show you what the final piece looks like. All right, so there's my little crimp. I used the lighter, and it's right there on the tip. I don't know if you can see it, but it's not going anywhere. So that piece will get tucked, and I'm gonna start on the other side and do the same thing to that side. All right, so as you can see, I got both of the bottom sections done, and you're gonna use your tool and tuck in kind of these little parts to give relief to the top section before you start on the main section, which is the top. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I already did this middle section to give relief, and I'm gonna try and tuck in as much as I can to give relief to the top. And then I'm gonna start, I'm not really gonna measure out all the yarn that we have left. I'm just gonna go ahead and use the rest. I basically did every stitch to try and make it as tight as possible. You don't have to, but I find that it looks a little bit cleaner. The hardest sections are the spots where it curves. So if you can get that as tight as possible, then I think it'll look a lot cleaner. This is the first time I'm doing this. It doesn't look too bad, but I can definitely, I think I could have done a little bit better if I would have taken my time. So definitely take your time when you're doing this, and I think it'll be a clean finish when you're done with it. All right, this is a finished product. After, I know in real time it's a lot longer than what I recorded, but it took me about 3 hours to do pretty much everything, because I was going through each pretty much stitch. It's not 100% perfect, but it's 10 times better than what it was. So, you know, $80 versus $500 on like a D-style wheel, if you want to order one. You know, this wasn't terrible as far as what it was. The instructions did state that it said 10 to 15 minutes for installation. Definitely was not that. They say you can like skip 1 or 2 stitches, but I think it's a lot cleaner if you go through every stitch on it. Like I said, it's not perfect. My hand started to get tired like halfway through the stitching process. But yeah, it does look a lot better than what it was. So that's it. I hope you guys like the install. A little bit of a DIY project. Yeah, stay tuned for many more. I got a bunch of other stuff, a lot of parts coming in for the holidays, stuff I'm doing to the S2000, and this WRX is my daily, so I'm gonna go through and do a detail on it as well coming up, because it needs it. All right, thanks for watching. Peace out, guys.